What is going on, everybody? It's the France, and we're back again with what is the last final clash of 2024 for this channel. Thank you to everybody who has sat here and watched any of the clashes or any video that's coming out in 2024. We're going to be hoping to do a lot more in 2025. But let's get into this. This was a very interesting clash with a very interesting finish. As my opponent is going to start this clash off for us, they are going to expend one to draw, which is fine, not an issue there. Always a good way to start. So they're going to set one down, and obviously because they expended the draw, they cannot do anything else really besides play back row. I'm going to draw next. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to play Nectar of the Gods, which Nectar of the Gods allows me to draw 2 cards, as we all know. And I'm going to draw those 2 cards. And I'm going to sit here and play a funny little guy, nice little mustache in the fence position. Because, one or two reasons. One, I don't have to expend to be able to flip its attack on the next turn. And 2, it has a nice little defense there. But that is going to be all for my turn. My opponent draws next. They're going to set one face down here. Figuring out what they want to do. This is going to be do or die for them. I don't know. And they're going to play the Viscerus in attack position. Now, normally Viscerus will not be able to do anything against me right now because its attack is not high enough. But they are going to do a little bit of bold play here, and they're going to play the Scythe of Demeter, boosting its attack by 2 and its defense by 3. By the way, those are some awesome looking sleeves with Armor Rouge and Sailage on them. That's pretty cool. It's going to boost it up definitely enough to be able to hit over Mustache. They are going to get that 1 spirit back, and they also are going to be able to get the Viscerus as well. So they are basically at full spirit count right now, except for the 3 that are on the field. That should boost them do well. They will also lose the Viscerus, which they do not put on the field immediately. I could call them out there right there, but I didn't even catch it myself. This is just how this goes. Obviously, if we were playing in a more serious format, a tournament, we'd probably have a judge right there, and the judge would say something to him, but we don't. So, no harm, no foul here. It is the final casual tournament of the year of 2024, and my final casual tournament for a while. I draw myself here as I'm going to. And I'm going to play one of my newer Elestrals that I have myself. That it made their debut last week on this channel. The last time I put a video on this channel for clashing. I am going to put up the nice old Drakid. Nice little, funny little guy here, the Drakid. Which obviously would allow me to swap my base attack with an opponent on the other side of the field. Which, honestly, wouldn't be that great. I mean, I could have swapped them if I wanted to, if this is what I wanted to do, if I didn't have the play I'm going to play here, and I would have been able to crash and destroy instead Viscerus, but that is not what we were doing here. That was not the whole point of what we were doing. We wanted to obviously do the most obvious play out here, play Rock in a Hard Place as we do, which I targeted the attacking Viscerus, which obviously I want to try and get that thing off the field. And one of their back row. Obviously, my opponents got that Viscerus up, and they do not want to lose that Viscerus, so obviously they were going to back row. That back row was going to turn out to be poison-tipped arrow, so nothing, no harm, no foul there. They do get to keep their Viscerus, so it's nice and boosted as it is right now. Higher than even Drak King when we get Drak King on the field. They're obviously right now they're thinking through what they want to do because it is a big choice. Do you keep the Viscerus, which is powered up, or do you get rid of or do you keep the what turns out to be poison tipped arrow, or the Drak King Ascension, which they could do, but if they were to do that, that would obviously mean that they're spending a lot more spirits than they want to. So they do allow the Ascension to go through because I did get rid of the poison tipped arrow, which made it so much simpler to grab this. Now, obviously, with another play that comes up, if I would have chose that play, they would have grabbed that, and then after I ascended up to Drak King, they would have hit me with the poison tipped arrow and got rid of Drak King anyway, which I would have just crashed into the Viscera. Well, I wouldn't have been able to crash into Viscera. Viscera is too high right now. But yeah, I'm going to go to attack the defense position Viscera. But unfortunately for me, the Viscera, they are going to sit there and play a Golden Fleece after they play Argo, costing themselves, in the end, 4 spirits, as Argo, Golden Fleece is not going to be enough to, get the Viscera that's in defense position up to where I don't destroy the Golden Fleece. So, basically, they exchange 4 spirits to keep a Viscera on the field. So, after everything that was done, spirit count right now, according to what I should see, is 13 to me and 12 to them as this turn ends. So, very close game, close clash right now. I have a small, tiny little lead, but it's not too much. So, my opponent is going, that is that. They're going to play that. The Golden Fleece goes away, but Viscera stays on the field, unfortunately. Which, it is definitely a very tough, it's definitely tough to do that. You definitely don't want to use your spirits like that, but to be able to save an Elestral on the field and keep the board state pretty much in your favor, you're going to do that. You're absolutely going to do that. So, my turn is coming to an end here, and the Drak King is there, but not going to be able to do too much as it is. They do get that. They do forget to get that spirit, but they get it now, so they are now where they should be. Spirit count with 12 to 13, 4 on the field and 2 in the 4 on the field. 2, but they're going to count their spirits up. I'm telling you right now, doing spirit math for this to try and get my spirit counts as good as close to as true as possible was absolutely atrocious. It sucked so much. They're going to play Rummagem in attack position. Rummagem allows them to find one cost Earth Spirit Elestral and add it to the hand. They're going to grab the Cyan Nectar. Oh, buddy. Talk about that being a fun one to deal with. But due to the fact that Viscera is the size that it is right now, they don't need to worry about that. They are able to take out the Drak King with the boosted up sight of the meter Viscera, and then also hit me for 2 damage. So, after everything's done and over with right there, we have a tie clash right now at 11 spirits each. Yeah, 11 spirits each. Now comes a fun little play here. I'm going to set 1 face down. I'm going to set 2 face down, which is definitely needed after everything. I am going to play Jatagua in a defense position. I am then going to play Poseidon also in defense position. I'm going to next this 1 up as I added an extra 1 to it to get 4 spirits back overall. 4 water spirits back overall, which is a very good play, and I definitely needed it. Doing anything with Drak King does eat your spirits up. Rocking a hard place, eat your spirits up. Just anything and all, it's like just going through all those spirits. So that is going to end my turn, and that brings me back to 12 spirits. After everything that went down, I have 12. My opponent has 11. My opponent draws, and I'm going to immediately Dense Fog them, so their Cyan Nectar play is going to be held off for 1 turn. They could play Cyan Nectar, and they could play the Poison Tunic, which obviously is what they want to do. However, because I Dense Fog them, the effect does not happen, so you're playing Poison Tunic for no reason. You're playing Cyan Nectar for no reason. So what they're going to do instead is the obvious play here, which is to do basically not much and just expend 1 to draw. That is what they're going to do because we're going over what Dense Fog actually does, because they're not Lunar Enchanted. And the fact that I had Jataga on the field, and Jataga is a 4 defense, and I Dense Fogged, the non-Scythe Viserys cannot attack over because it's only got a 4 attack natively. Realm Gem's weak as can be anyway, so it doesn't have a chance to hit over Jataga. The only thing that they can do is attack with the Viserys that is boosted with Scythe of the Meter. They are going to set one face down. They're going to attack, but I'm going to Shield of Achilles this Viserys back to their hand. And thus, pretty much ending this turn for them. And all kind of craziness going on right now. And I am down to 9 spirits going into my next turn. They have 10. Which I definitely needed that to happen. I had to get rid of that Viserys. It was too much of a hassle. Being boosted up with Scythe of the Meter was definitely something. It was advantageous. It was just annoying. But I got rid of it. Dense-Fall goes away, obviously. Now, my turn here. I'm going to draw here, and I'm going to grab my own little Nexus Celestial right here. This is a fun little play coming up here in a second, as I'm going to play the Aphros in defense position. Now, Aphros on its own does not do much, but I'm going to Nexus one up to Jataga to get 2 Water Spirits back, which is fine. And then, because I use Poseidon's Nexus, I'm going to use Aphros' Nexus ability to get that Water Spirit back to Poseidon, keeping Poseidon on the field because the chain was still going, and I'm able to draw a card. I also play Nectar of the Gods to get 2 more draws going in, and I play Atlantis, which you can't see really on the field just because, and I set one face down, because I don't have for some reason something's not, I gotta figure out the whole, viewing thing. But yeah, Atlantis is there, boosting both Elestrals to 5 attacks, so neither one of these guys right now can attack over either one of them. Going into the next turn, as my opponent is going to draw here. Yep, I'm at 7. So yeah, I'm good on spirits right now. As you can see, the red die is apparently my spirit count for them. They're going to play Cyan Nectar here, so I was only able to delay this for 1 turn exactly. They are going. Obviously, I have no back row, unfortunately, so there's no way of stopping this next play, which does get kind of annoying here. However, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. I did all I could do to try and prevent the Cyan Nectar Wasp Ivy play here. So they're going to grab the 2 cards that they want to play here. 1 Earth, 1 Water. And they're going to play the Poison Tunic. Attach it to Aphros, which drops Aphros down. It doesn't really matter in the attack because what they're going to do now is obviously ascend into Wasp Ivy. Not much I can do. I don't have any back row, unfortunately. That's something I have to deal with my decks and address sometime, is I need to get the back row stuff settled because I'm obviously not carrying enough back row. Because there are so many clashes I've gone through, but I don't get the back row I need. I have 9 counter ruins in my decks, and I figured that was good enough for you to have. As 9, I figured was a good enough number, but apparently it's not, because 9 times out of 10 on some of these clashes I go through in these casual tournaments, I don't get the spirits I need. The counter ruins I need to be able to stay in the game. I had a match with Swolax, the one I put on here, where I lost, and that clash went the way it did because I could not draw a counter ruin to save my life. So they're going to play the Cyan Nectar here, the Wasp Ivy, all that stuff. They do attach an attack with the Aphros. They do attack the Aphros because that's the best thing to do. Obviously, Poison Tunic will also proc, destroying both. It will destroy Aphros and it will hit me for 2 damage. So I do lose 2 extra spirits. But I do end up playing Tsunami for a reason, so I'm going to put the other 2 Elestrals in defense position. Wasp Ivy does not get affected by counter ruins because it was summoned by and ascended over Wasp Ivy. I mean, Cyanectar, that's right, Cyanectar. So, yeah, it's still in attack position and a very big annoyance right now. So, thankfully, I got the counter to Waspivy almost immediately, and I'm so happy I did. I got the Earthquake. Waspivy is out of here. I misplayed sort of right here, because I do have Poseidon with the one spirit on it still. One spirit on it. I could have Nexus that up, got myself 2 more spirits back, and then went off to ascend into Javalantis. As you saw, I did throw a 3rd spirit on it. That spirit, of course, being a Lunar spirit, because I already had the 2 spirits on it from the Nexus earlier. So yeah, Javalantis comes out. Javalantis will then destroy the Viserys, destroying it. And due to Javalantis' effects, and it being set right, being properly enchanted, I do cast them 3 spirits. So I'm down to 1 spirit, basically. That's where this is at right now. I'm pretty much down to 1 spirit. So I'm down to 1 spirit. My opponent's down to 3 after the Javalantis attack. Which, Javalantis is a very funny one, because it basically comes down to, you can't put an Elestral in a defense position, because if I am able to hit over it, which I can, you're losing 3 spirits. But also, if you put it in an attack position, you might not be losing 3 spirits, but just then, like, if it's a 1 cost like Rummagem is here, you're in trouble, because you're still going to be losing spirits. They do Ambrosia, getting them back to... Yeah, my spirit count's off, I know, because they had 3 there, and I have on here that they had 3 left. Yeah, so they should be down to 3, 6 spirits or whatever. Trying to get the spirit math of this one right, for some reason I just couldn't get it right, so I'm going to do with what I have. So I'm going to play Ambrosia, get the 3 spirits back. Now they gotta figure out what they want to do, because honestly, there's not much else they really can do right now. Javalantis has a beefy 8 attack due to having 2 water spirits under it, as well as the Atlantis being on the field. They are going to play Sprout in attack position, because you can't really put anything in defense position while Javalantis is on the field, because they just got 3 spirits back. I attack one of these things in defense position, destroy it. Those 3 spirits they just got back go back to the underworld, and getting that Ambrosia wasted time. They do get a Poison Tunic here. So they're going to play that off later. That's going to come to them later. This finish is going to be very interesting. You'll see here in a few minutes. But yeah, there's not much else they can do. This is the great thing about Javalantis, is that you can't play defensive. Unless you have an Elestral that is a beefy, well, right now because I'm in an attack. Unless you have a 1 cost or 2 cost that you can get on the field that has 8 defense or an 8 attack to be able to crash and destroy, you are going to lose spirits one way or another here, because I do have 3 spirits underneath Javalantis right now. If I attacked into them right now, they're going to lose 2 spirits. So that is the dilemma they are in right now. So Javalantis, oh, no, sorry. No. So, I'm going to play Sluggle in defense position to get my 3 spirits back. I am then going to Nexus up to Javalantis to boost it to 9. And also, which that comes in handy here in a second, I'm going to attack into the Rummagem. I'm going to cost them those 3 spirits anyway, go to the Underworld. So, they are down to very few spirits left. And by my count right now, it should be 2, it shows. My opponent draws. They're in a very tough position here, because what else are they going to be able to do? What else can they do? They're at a spot where basically next turn I could win. I could basically win if they don't get something to go right. So they're going to play Ambrosia to get 3 spirits back. That should put them to 4. So they're gonna play that. Then they're trying to figure out what to do because they're in a very, very bad position right now. Even though they did have the poison tunic, do they have a second one or like something else to be able to help themselves? They're gonna play a second ambrosia, which is a very smart play to have right here. Gets them 3 more spirits back. Which, honestly, with what the play they're going to do, I would have just taken it off the Sprouter. Just so you can have that 1 extra spirit. But they're going to play Viscerous in attack position. Viscerous is at a 5 right now. So, my opponent is going to put themselves down to 1 spirit. I don't know. And I see what they're going to try to do here, but this was a very, like hindsight being 2020, this was a very bad play right here. They're going to play 1 Poison Nectar. I'm at a 9 right now. Now I'm at a 7. Now I'm at a 5. Okay, I'm at a 5 attack. Viscerous is also at a 5 attack. What happens here is they're going, what they're trying to do here is crash. And because they have 2 Poison Nectars on their side of the field, that's going to be 4 damage to me. However, because both Elestrals are at 5, and both Elestrals are at 5. They crash, they lose. Because they crash, they lose. And the reason is, they have 1 spirit left. So they crash. They crash here. And now they think, because they had 2 Poison Nectars on me, on my Javalantis, that's going to be 4 spirits of damage. Obviously, I'm going to lose because I have 4 less. Unfortunately, and we found this out as one of the judges came in, and one of the judges came in, battle damage goes through first. So when they crashed, I have 4 spirits on my Javalantis. They have 1 spirit on their Viscerous. So when they crash into me, the poison tunics don't pop until after they take their spirit damage, differential damage, which is 3. So all intents and purposes, I win this clash because my opponent attacked an Elestral that had 4 spirits on it with an Elestral with only 1 spirit on them, chaining the spirit differential. So they have to take spirit damage before I take spirit damage. So I end with 3 or 4 spirits and they end with 0, and I end up winning. Obviously, when we were playing this, we actually called it a draw because I lose spirits, they lose spirits. Then we had a judge come in and be like, no, this is how this goes. But basically, they misplayed here horribly. What they thought they were going to be doing is they're going to crash into me, I'm going to take all the spirit damage, and they're going to win with 1 spirit left. But no. If I had a 1-cost Celestial on my side of the field and they pulled this off, yes, they win because spirit differential is 1 and 1. There is no spirit differential, and they end with 1 spirit. But because I had Javalantis on my side of the field with 4 spirits under it, and thankfully I did Nexus that one up, because if I didn't Nexus that one up, putting me to 9, they win right here because they're not crashing me, they're hitting over me. But because the fact that I'm at 5 attack because I lose 4 due to the 2 poison tunics, knocks me down 4 spirits. Then I'm down to 5 attack, and Viscerous is also at 5 attack. That's a crash, and because we crashed, they have to pay spirit differential before I have to pay the spirits to account for the 2 poison nectars or poison tunics. So in the end, I pick up the win here. My opponent does not. Very interesting finish to this clash here. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below on how this thing ended. Because, oh boy, we had a little bit of a laugh here about this last week when this clash went down. This was a lot of fun here. Again, thank you all for the views and the follows and the subs and everything in 2024. Let's try to get this channel to 100 plus in 2025. And I will see you guys for Daybreak. I'm not sorry, Daybreak, but when Moonrise launches, I'm gonna have a nice little playmat, and it's all gonna look so much nicer. We will have, if they do a Shattered Stars review, reveal this coming week or something, I will have a reaction on that. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, my name is Franz, and I'll see you later.